How you guys doing?
Great.
Great?
Great.
We only have like half the people we had last time.
I told you, Joseki scared everyone.
Dude, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. All right, but today I do want to show you some Joseki. What is a Joseki?
Common knowledge.
No. Definitely not.
A set pattern that is generally even for both sides.
There you go, that's pretty good. A common pattern that we've played out a number of times, usually professionals at a high level, and have sort of come to the conclusion this is the best result for both sides, more or less. Now that can change based on the global situation. You can play really good Josekis for you locally that are terrible globally, and this happens all the time. It's a mistake, very common mistake. But we most often encounter Josekis in the beginning of the game, right? When the board is the most empty, and we actually have patterns that work, that aren't being interfered with all the other moves that have already been played. So you can actually just play the rote pattern move. There are middle game Josekis, there's reduction Josekis, there's invasion Josekis, like there's Josekis for everything. If you guys have been to classes before, I think we've gone over like a number of reducing Josekis at least 3 or 4 times now in the past 2 years. But today we'll return to the opening Josekis. And in the back, some of you guys have already noticed that I've set up 8 problems that we'll have you do in a moment. After I'll show probably about 5 or 6 Josekis here, and you can use this rote knowledge to help go solve those problems. So actually put your Joseki skills to test. And I also do want to conclude, I'll do some foreshadowing here. I have shown some of you this before, but I do want to make our final Joseki that I show you here today, like just the hottest Joseki of 2016 that everybody and their mother is playing. Can't beat it. It's actually probably been really popular for almost 2 years now, but like really hot, still like #1 rated Joseki that everyone is playing. But first, let's start with some things that may or may not look familiar, but hopefully more familiar than not. Black has a corner, white approaches, and black pincers. How many of you have played this before? Yes, almost everyone. Almost. So what's the idea here? What is black trying to do?
Attack this one.
Yeah, put a lot of pressure on the stone, right? The stone has nowhere really to go comfortably. So what can this stone do?
Escape or invade.
Yeah, it can basically say, you know what, I'm just running out. I just don't even want to make a base. I don't want to make points. I just want to get the heck out of here. Perfect. We're not going to go over this one today. This is actually usually considered, remember how I said some Josekis are like locally good and bad, globally. Like this is one that you often play when you globally need influence, but locally it's actually something of a loss. At least most professionals think this is locally a point losing move. Like you're going to give up a few points when you play this. So what else can we do? We can basically say, see this stone? I don't need it. You got me. I don't want to make it live. I just don't want it. And the reason why we can do this is because this 4/4 stone does not take the corner. And the corner is quite large, right? You guys learned early on to play in the corners because the biggest part of the board. And when you come near the corner and black says, I don't care about the corner, you're like, aha, I'm in. I can run inside and eat all the cheese. Because now you're a mouse in this example. Okay, so we're going to eat all the cheese. What does black do?
One of 2 things.
Yeah, usually one of 2 things here. What are they?
Cut.
Yeah, we can say, okay, I'm going to trap you. You eat the cheese there. These 2 stones never become friends again. White. Next black move, anyone know? Hane, which one?
Towards the bottom of the board.
This one? Ah, this is usually overplay. Usually black cannot get away with doing this. I'll show you the most simple way to refute it. Oops, white gets to have a move. Let's say white plays here. Do you block the 2 mice from meeting? Okay, so if you block, what happens now?
and wrap around the other side.
Well, so what does black try here?
What? Black.
That's black's move, yeah.
Try to go in this way.
For the people who are watching on the camera, Carl, right?
Yeah.
Carl did say, go in this way. I have no idea. All right, just tell me a point.
There you go, 18.
What?
18.
18?
Like, I guess E?
Oh, here?
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, no, like, more like F.
F. This one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good. Make the stone stronger, right?
Yeah.
The stone's super weak, right? If we don't do anything, this stone's actually going to die.
Right.
So we got to help the stone. But if we help this stone, white plays here.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Now what? We'll try to save these stones. And then white has the super killer wedge thing. But black can totally connect up, right?
No.
No, definitely not. It's so dead. We're in Atari, we have to connect. We can just Atari again. If we don't want to die, we theoretically have to connect, but it doesn't matter, we're still super dead. All right, we just totally died. Colossal failure for black. So, remind me your name?
Mike.
Mike. When you Hane here, if your opponent is stronger than you, you're in trouble. If your opponent's at your level, you can play this and be fine. But if they're just a little bit stronger than you, this is a problem. This is a problem. Now you can play this potentially, and if all of a sudden you change your mind and decide, you know what, I'll let white get out a little bit, and I'll let white have the corner. Just building a little wall here is like the most important thing I can do right now. This is possible. It's not really a good result for you though, but you could fix it this way. All right, so you guys see that this move is kind of an overplay, like white can cut us off and kill this stone or these 3 stones? Okay, so this is overplay, so we're not going to do that. Pick another move.
On the other side?
On the other side, that seems reasonable. This move is better. I'm not sure it's really good though. I kind of wonder if we just play this right now.
D14?
B14?
D14.
Oh, D. So just cover the stone. Play here. Connect. This kind of works, but this stone isn't completely dead yet. And white's group is actually out and really strong. So it's kind of lacking. There might be some circumstances where this is good, like if you just really want to, like this is almost like an endgame move though. It's like we're preventing white from getting 2 points in the corner. But in the opening of a game, playing, I'm not sure it's a good idea. It's probably more valuable to prevent white from getting out. And again, do you guys remember the whole point why we played this instead of just trying to take the corner ourselves? It's because we cared about the outside. So let's not let white out.
D14.
D14. Just play here directly. Very submissive. Because now white will be able to take these sorts of moves later, run this stone out, and furthermore can still just get this group out. This is very passive. I mean, it looks like we're attacking, but we're really just letting white have a million choices.
Black extends.
Yeah, this is a Joseki. And when we do this, we're actually putting a lot more pressure on these 2 stones. If white says, oh no, look at this wall, but you're about to swallow my stone, black says, aha, I come back and eat the corner. Or at least maybe the corner, but something bad in the corner. So here, white decides to now make use of this stone, because look at this nice strong black wall. Do we want to run something out when black is strong? Not really. So white tries to connect. Black says, no, no connection for you. You're a soup Nazi. White defends. There's a cut remaining, so black has to defend. And then one more move for white. This one?
Can do better.
We can do better.
18F.
One more line. Yeah, there's a very, very common shape and go. On the third line, goes 1, 2, 3, jump. Okay, especially when you have an extra liberty, like we do over here in this case. 1, 2, 3, jump. Very, very common. It happens in a lot of Joseki. 1, 2, 3, jump. It's almost easy to remember. Okay, and here, at this point, now black has either sente to go play something else. If there's a fight coming over here, black can sort of really quash the stone. Or effectively, black has a wall here, so black can go, play a big move or a big approach move or something and actually build off of this wall directly. And yes, white has moves to basically annoy black, like this, or like this. Not really ever that. You don't play that one that often. Maybe this one, right? There are things white can do here still, but basically this right now as it is safe.
So if white should take that little one jump there, if black played out, let's see, black had just played out.
That's right.
Yeah, and then
Sure.
white takes that, and what should black do here?
Okay, so it depends. It depends on how black is feeling. Do we feel submissive or do we feel aggressive?
Let's be aggressive.
So do you see this one stone over here? Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the John methodology of playing Go. Let's say black thinks he has a chance to capture this on a large scale.
Yeah.
Maybe black has some other outside moves. This move is sente. Right? If white tries to run out again,
Okay, you take the point.
we just cut this off, yeah.
Okay.
So-
I was wondering if maybe black should have some concern about what those two white stones are going to do.
Yes, but this is like Go in the middle game.
Okay.
Right? This is like there's Aji here, and how is white going to use this Aji? Is he going to use it to escape, to invade over here, to try to make endgame points over here? We don't know.
So black doesn't have to be too concerned about it.
Not right now.
Or later.
Not right now. Later, if there's a strong white group over here and a strong white group over here,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
we have to be concerned.
At this point, all we need to really, I think at this point, what we really need to keep in mind is that there are some options later.
We have a lot of options.
Okay.
Like it's a game. Like it's like a real game where we have choices and decisions to make, depending on how strong we feel on the outside and how many points we need.
Okay,
But-
thanks.
Yep. There are things we can do. Okay, I'm going to go over this one more time. Then I'm going to show you an alternative variation. So, we'll give black a 4/4 stone. I'll take that off. White approaches. Black pincers. And what's white's best option here? Eat the cheese. Go eat the big fat corner. And what does black want to do? These two little mice.
Split them.
Divide and conquer. White. Do we want this mouse to live? Well, we do, but
Well,
not at the expense of that mouse. Although actually, in this case, later on, white actually has a cool Tsuji here. That's pretty cool. All right, not Joseki though. We'll deal with that later. Or not today.
white extends.
Yeah, normally white extends here,
Black extends.
but Mike wants to do this.
No.
Don't do this.
Oh.
Overplay. All right, what does white do now?
Connect.
Yeah, now that black's getting stronger on the outside, white is less interested in trying to make this mouse live. It's like, it's just a rodent. let's just make use of it. So we're going to build the corner points and liberties. This is all in sente because black doesn't want white to connect these two stones. And then
White check.
1, 2, 3, jump. Very good. Okay, are you guys going to all be able to remember this pattern for the next 30 minutes? Maybe? Practice it again right now on your boards, because again, I've set up 8 problems. This might be one of the answers to one of the problems. Okay. Let's go back.
Black blocks the other way.
That's what we're going to
Is
do.
that where you're going?
That's what we're going to do. We're going to do the other most common variation. All right, white plays here. Black says, I want the outside. White says, I want the cheese. But this time, maybe white already has like a strong group over here. Maybe white already has a corner enclosure or something over here. And maybe black has development this way. So do we want to build a wall here and let this little mouse run this way? Or do we want to build a wall here and let the mouse run that way? The second one, right? So we're going to block this way. And I'm going to show you the most bookish standard variation, though there are others. They all have their subtleties, but white normally plays here. And now the next black move. Can be hard if you've never seen it before.
Peep.
Peep, absolutely, there you go. Monique was very excited about this. You just wanted to yell peep. All right, right here. This is a really, really important shape point, it turns out. If we go back and try to build territory, this move, even though it doesn't feel like white got a lot, white totally did. Because now this group has no pressure put on it. White is actually out. We've cut off these two stones from this stone. And how is the liberty count on these two stones?
Yikes.
Not great.
Not great. If white gets another move, how do these two stones feel now?
Squished.
Yeah, like kind of like instead of trying to help us find ways to make these live, we now have to find the best ways to sacrifice them. Like that's probably the best way to think about them at this point. So yeah, this shape point is really, really big. So we take it. In addition to preventing all those terrible things white was going to do to us, it actually pokes a big hole at white. Because if white tanukis, black actually has two options. I'll show you the more common one. You can actually just push cut. And if white says, haha, you can't do that, I eat your stone, you go, aha, I'll let you eat my stone. And look at how we just cut off the little white original mouse. That'd be pretty nice. Because now this corner is completely sealed in. It's actually not very big. We even have sente moves against it later. This starts a ko for the corner. Or threatens to start a ko for the corner. So wouldn't this be like awesome? Just feel the power is black. All right, so this is terrible for white. So when black keeps here, we need to do something. And this is these three white moves are like the most standard. This is where we get variations. The most common variation, most standard variation I want you to know today is this one. Most common. There is a variation here. There's also a variation I like to play in handicap games here that just freaks out the other player. But we're not going to go over those because, again, if I show you all this, then I won't be able to beat you in handicap games. So you play that one. And so after you play there, black has to sort of try to connect all these stones and does it there. Now this connection is very tenuous. And by that I mean white can cut at any time. But it's also difficult for white to cut. When white cuts, white will leave a weak group here and black can fight. So we call it a good enough connection. So what did black get?
Wall towards the tower.
Yeah, we have the wall facing the correct side. This is a really, really important, direction of play kind of move. You want to build a wall where you have potential. And if you have potential over here, we want to build the wall that way. If we have potential here, we want to build the wall that way. We get to choose as black, as the person who started in the corner. What did white get?
Quarter.
Corner and sente. So I want you to notice something. What happens if this stone is not here?
It's not quite as good. Yeah.
Now what is this wall doing?
Hanging out.
You can still make a few points. You can make these points. But this is so depressing, number of points and go. Aren't you just sad?
I run into this a bunch, and so I guess the thing would be maybe before one gets involved in this stuff in the corner, to have that stone in the middle.
No, not at all. Not at all. Because look, this is actually a great time for white to take the corner. Let's go back to the situation. Let's say the board looks like this,
Yeah,
and black pincers here.
yeah.
Oh, this is fantastic for white to invade the corner.
Well, my next question was going to be when.
Right now.
Oh,
Because what is black going to build here? The most valuable thing in this corner right now is the cheese, is the corner.
yeah, okay.
There's nothing to build, right? If we build a ball this way, what are we going to build over here? There's already a strong white corner.
Yeah.
If we build the wall this way, you might say, hey, look, we've got a stone over here, but this variation doesn't end in sente, only the other one does. Only the one where you cut the mice in half does it end in sente. If you don't cut the mice, it ends in gote, and you don't get your big wall. Yeah,
Yeah, what about instead of the last black move to play where you just put the white stone? Instead of the ceiling in,
Yep.
put in the,
let's play here directly.
yeah, something like that.
Well, so you're trying to build this. White's going to play this, move like this, maybe there, depends on the everything. Depends on the weather. But this move, first of all, starts to reduce this quite a bit, right? Are you going to take another move to defend over here?
No, I would defend the top.
All right, so you'd have to defend this. But now this group is actually kind of weak. And white can start just doing this. We already have an anchor point.
I was thinking.
And this group is not strong. It's already undercut on one side. So it's like, we're just going to run around.
I was thinking maybe just kind of coming in on the 14D there.
14B?
Yeah, D. No, with the black.
Oh, with black, when?
Yeah. White's jumped out at this point.
White's jumped out.
at that
Oh, you want to cut?
Yeah.
Yeah, John wants to
Instead
fight.
instead of C9, yeah.
Okay. Before this, you mean?
Yeah, before that, right.
And now cut.
Yes.
Okay. Well, now what?
And, well, this is about as far as I got, but
We have two stones here and no friends.
yeah. But I'm thinking there's maybe enough potential for some close-in
What?
fighting.
All right. Whose neighborhood is this in?
White's.
White's neighborhood.
Wrong side of town.
Wrong side of town.
Okay.
Where are you going? There's nowhere to go. Maybe in a certain situation where black has a strong something over here, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
But you have to just crawl if you want this to ever be worth it. And meanwhile, look at how totally not alive it yet you are. White can just seal you in and sente again.
Yeah.
Actually, white can even pop out your base and make you keep running. That might even kill you. Oh gosh. I really don't want to read this out because this is not the lecture, okay? But I just want you to feel just incredibly screwed. I just want you to feel that way because you are.
I would have turned the corner and started pushing it towards the inside.
When would you have turned the corner?
Well, no, a few moves later on here where you were extending. You kept extending, I would have,
Oh, it's white, you mean?
no, it's black.
Oh,
black.
when did you-
Black
what-
you extended. Keep going.
When there's no place to turn.
Well.
When are you turning?
Yeah, never mind, doesn't matter.
All right. Okay. And meanwhile, once white gets a wall here, we're no longer going to play a safe reduction move over here. We're probably going to start looking more seriously at things like this
Yeah.
and looking to just kill these four if white gets really strong. In this case, well, actually, we still need a little bit more strength. I think black's still okay. Oh, man. No, I'm not sure anymore. I'm not sure. But my point is, if white's strong everywhere, that wall we worked so hard to build might get taken down. Okay? All right, let's review this variation, the proper one, without the John Crazy cut Fantasyland part. All right, so black has something over here.
To start with,
Okay? White approaches. This is the key to play this variation. We pincer. White bites on the corner. Block. What's the key move here?
Pete,
Peep.
second one.
B14.
Very good. D14. And then black to fix.
Nice move.
Nice move. Most common. There is actually this move too. They're similar. But this is more common. This one sort of forces white to cut in one direction later on. White doesn't have choices. But the cut white does make is a hair stronger. So I don't know. But this is the one you're learning. Okay?
Okay.
Do you guys have this pattern? Good. That's 2 down. Here we go. There's more. All right, this one should be easier. We're gonna take it a step down. This one you guys might have actually seen, or even played. White plays here. It's a 4-3 Joseki. Okay, white approaches. Black plays here. Have you seen this?
Yes.
What does white do?
Nothing for it.
There's actually several options.
If you want to make it Dirk about it.
No.
All right, this is most common. Most common.
Okay.
What are other options? This is the one we're going to talk about today. Okay, we're going to look at some variations on this one. But what else could white do?
You're the one who wanted to do.
Well, I said 4-4, but
Yeah, white could be a jerk and start the avalanche. This is the avalanche Joseki. Not what we're doing today.
yes.
All right. 17-5? I don't think so.
Oh no, it's good. Never mind.
That doesn't seem good. It's just,
Yeah.
yeah,
That was the other one.
okay. I'll show you one that I saw in a Joseki game. It is considered to be Joseki, though it's very rare, but it's super cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool one. And the idea is that if black plays here, white can actually come back and cut. It's cool. We're not doing that today. Okay, we're doing this one.
Okay.
What does black do here?
Draw back.
Most normal, draw back. Also possible, I like this one a lot. I use it in handicap games. We're not learning it. Also possible, but this is normal, what you'd expect. What does white do here? What are options?
Connect or directly or tiger's mouth.
Any other options? So here, Michael's noted two. We have connection, tiger's mouth. Any others?
G13?
G13.
14, I mean.
14, yeah, that looks
Yeah.
better. This is one?
Yeah.
Yes, good. Did you see this someone somewhere?
Takamiya plays it.
Oh yeah, yeah, very Takamiya style. You could also play, if you're not so bold as Takamiya, you could play F13 or 14 as well. Also one. Not this one. This one actually sucks. But this one's very cool. Any other options?
Depending, I think Tanuki's actually.
Tanuki, yeah, Tanuki's option here. How scared of this cut are we?
Not horribly.
It's actually not that big of a deal. Like, we lose points. Is this worth points? And maybe central influence if we need that central influence. But we can actually just live quite calmly here at the top. So is this worth points in this influence? Okay. So I'm going to show you a pattern though before we finish it. Let's say that black also has this corner. And so here's the problem. If we connect, next move for black,
On this side.
where?
C10?
C10? What?
No,
She wants to steal white space.
Where are we going? We're going 16 or 17?
no.
No, neither.
C10,
Oh, C10. Oh, you want to go up here.
yes.
Okay, good. What does white do? This is not Joseki. It's okay, no, but this is a good idea.
F17.
E17.
E17.
E17. Black usually responds over here, because if we don't, white has this move. And it's pretty killer. You're not going to kill anything, but you're going to get a bunch of free influence. Can black cut? This seems like a bad idea, black. We're about to have bad ideas. Now, depending on the ladder, white can extend here directly. Or at this point, white could actually just take the corner. Corner for white. But if we have a ladder, we can actually just fight even harder and extend. Which is super cool. Because there's nothing we can do, white's going to kill stuff. Okay. So we can't cut. Whoops, that's there. So when white plays here, this doesn't really do anything. Black plays here. And then we can make this exchange just to fill in the potential for a cut later. And we basically convince our opponent to take second line territory in the opening. So that should feel pretty good, actually. As white. Yeah. This influence is worth more than this corner.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully you guys can feel it. Even if black gets a move here first, this influence is still more valuable than this corner. And this move. And actually this stone actually looks kind of weak right now, so white could actually just attack it. And look at all the monster wall we're going to use to catch that fish. Okay, so if your opponent doesn't respond here in Tanukis or passes, if they're feeling particularly generous, this is what you do. This is the standard continuation. Okay?
So white,
But let's say you connect, and now where does black go?
One space jump.
This is most normal. Now, if black's trying to build something, this is also possible. If black is not scared and white has a weak group running on the board or something, you might even see black play this move. But this is going to be most standard Joseki. And now where does white go to finish the Joseki?
C10.
C10 will be normal here. There's a problem with C10 though. It turns out professional players really hate this move. They really don't like it.
It's like high.
Well, they hate high too. They hate both of these moves. You'll almost never see them play it in this situation. Like, virtually never. So why do you think a professional player hates it? Doesn't this look nice? Like, it has nice shape, it's got a base, it's got outside influence.
small.
Well, it's not, well, I guess you could take it as slow. Sure, that's one way of putting it. But what is black going to do?
C8.
Pincel.
Yeah, this is actually quite a nice follow-up for black. And if white doesn't do anything, there's actually a problem here. Like, black can actually just leap in here, and even though it looks strong, black can take this base away. Because even if we just try to cover directly, especially this gets even worse if we have a ladder, but we have moves like this. We just link up here or here. Or we can just crawl. You know, pick your variation. If white tries to seal us in, and then we can poke up. We might even be able to make a cut first and then come back here and still split white. It's actually very much a nuisance. So when black plays here, white kind of feels obligated to perhaps add another move. And even, you know, maybe you think, well, I can expand on this. Black still has moves like this that are really annoying too. It's just annoying. So pro players don't really like this. They don't feel like they're getting enough points, like they've given up too much. And you can't really play high because this kind of works out to be the same. Maybe a little bit better if all you want is the outside and you don't care about any points along the edge of the board, but if you're not Takamiya, this is kind of like, eh. So, and if we go this way, to go further, well now, we can actually just invade. So, the other move that people have come up with is this one. And so black still responds here because it turns out that white could still attach here. That made a loud sound. And, you know, after black responds here, oh, I just totally snapped the magnet out. Neat, okay. In theory, we can play up to here. But pro players don't like this move either. They just hate everything. In this case, if we play closer, this is just too over-concentrated, like 4 stones, taking up too small of an area, still with too many defects. This one has the same problem. There's actually an immediate defect right there that you can just see. It looks like if we just try to capture it, black just connects up. There's nothing.
Do they go all the way to the corner?
Oh, you can keep going, yeah. I mean, there's
No,
lots
no,
of...
I mean, like, do they approach the corner instead of going closer for a base?
You mean this way?
No, like instead of seeing that.
Oh, come all the way out to here?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you do this before you play this.
Uh,
So you guys can start to see this, like the shape problems for white are not easy to solve. Like, it's hard to get, this is like, I know I'm trying to show you like a rote Joseki, like a really simple Joseki. I'm trying to do it at a level where you actually see like how professional players think and how they treat it, which is kind of high level. And when they're in this situation, they'll almost never, at least, you know, in the last few years, you won't see anyone just connect, make a shape right away. They try to get a feeling for what the proper spacing is going to be, or the best spacing is going to be later on. And they do that by deciding on how they're going to play this corner first. And so in this case,
So before they finish this particular Joseki, they make a move somewhere else and see how that's going to sort out.
and see what black's response is so you know how far away and what line you want to put your stone.
And if black at this point says, well, I'm going to continue this Joseki, make that cut, then you just make a bigger move elsewhere.
Yeah, then it's a different game, but it's still a game, right? We don't really feel like we've lost anything. So this is very common though, right? We have these two stones here, we play a move on this corner. And you can actually play either side, like they're both different games, but they're both possible. So let's say white asks this way. What does black want to do?
Normal knight's move.
Yeah, if we play this, white says, aha, you've played a move there. So now I'm going to play back over here. And now when I play here, the spacing between these two stones is actually 2 spaces. And that makes quite a big difference. If it was here, it'd be like white would just be in trouble. But because it's 2 spaces away, this distance is acceptable, even though there's still weaknesses. This is another Joseki. White can actually deal with this. I don't actually remember the Joseki move here. I think it's that. Maybe not. I don't remember. But whatever it is. This stone actually isn't that helpful for this one. It'd be a lot more useful if it was here. And so because you got black to play here, then we can play here. Let's say black plays here. Well now, we'll consider connecting this way now. And we'll play here. And before we said black would play here and that would set up this invasion. But again, the same thing, black's still a little bit further away, so we have a little bit more of a comfort zone. So we're a little bit happier about the spacing. And of course, black can do things like this. That'll set off, well, I don't want to do all these variations. But you see the point, okay? We're trying to find the shape such that we get black to build something here, and then we get to approach it a little bit further away than makes us comfortable, or would make us uncomfortable. Okay, that's sort of the thinking here. Of course, if we go this way, let's take these 2 stones off the board. We can try this way as well. If black just backs off, well, now we can make a really beautiful shape. And this is actually very nice. Okay? So the important thing about this move is when you play this Joseki, do you need to play here right away? No, and this is something that you might have never been taught before. That even though this is like everyone learns this Joseki sequence at some point, and if you don't know it, learn it tonight, like learn it right now, practice just playing this. You know, there are a lot of these moments in Josekis that are kind of like pausing moments where, you know, it's big to follow up, but it's not game losing. Like I don't need to finish this Joseki without knowing which Joseki I want to choose. Okay? So again, the pattern. It's a pretty simple one as far as Joseki patterns. Here. Here. Kane. Extend. Choice. Here, 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 Tanuki. Even that's possible. Just other side of the board, if there's something else bigger going on. But if we play here, what's the black move? And again, choice, something like this. In theory, you could do this, but black will immediately split without thinking. Okay, feel good? Still awake? Possible? I had one more just, hold on, I'm going to look at my problems over here. There's one other one I want to do before the finale. Right, oh right. All right, two patterns left. You guys' brains still alive? Crawling around inside? Back to a 4-4 point. We'll alternate 4-4 and 3-4 tonight. White approach. Black backs off. You guys have seen this before? White says, please sir, may I have your corner? And what do you say?
No.
Yes! Tonight we say yes. Normally we say no.
Pincer or Tanuki.
But we're gonna play this one tonight. I'm gonna show you this one. And so, what is black trying to do here?
What's the left side?
Wants the left side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once the outside.
Yes, I'm just going to say the outside.
Well, the
Just outside.
outside, okay.
We just want outside.
Left of that stone.
I'm going to say everything over here.
Everything.
Well, you'll see. You be the judge.
Sure.
Okay.
He's asking for everything.
Kind of. What do we do as white?
You can take the corner.
We can eat the cheese. Now, we could jump out and try to fight and attack this stone. But if we don't have any backup, this is actually very dangerous for white. Because black will prevent us from getting any eyes, and now all of a sudden we have a group that has no eyes.
That's why I got in trouble for playing that way.
Oh. This is why you eat the cheese. Okay?
Just you cheese, you eat it.
That's right. Black gave you the cheese. You asked for it. Black gave it to you. He was being very nice. And now you don't want your cheese anymore?
I was black. I played
Oh,
a
okay.
variation of it.
Okay. All right, so now what's the proper continuation to take the outside?
You cover the white stone?
So this is playable, but it's actually a very difficult variation. We're not going to learn this one. We're going to play this one. This is much simpler. Because white basically has two choices here, right? You can get cut. You can prevent the cut from this way or this way. This is most normal. So we'll play this one. And now after we make this exchange, we play here. And this prevents sort of the complicated variations. Next move for white, though, is hard. If you've never seen it before, you might not see it now. That didn't make a lot of sense. It's kind of a John move, though. You got something for us? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm trying to recall something here. It's stuck back there in the gray matters.
Oh,
I think I've had problems with this before. Tempted to come down line 17, but
17. Like here? That's not your kind of move.
The answer's always cut.
not always.
This one. Let's go out one more line. What black shape is not very good here.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to take advantage of it. If we play this way, you guys can all see this move, right? It kind of accomplishes the same thing.
Yeah.
It just sort of leads to us crawling more and ultimately getting sealed in like super hard. And now there's basically no defects. Okay, so crawling is a little bit dubious. So what did I play? There we go. So we play this one. Double Hane. And now black is forced to cut. White gets to connect. And after this, white is guaranteed life in the corner right now. White is in no danger. This is alive. Aww.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Well, now, oh, that's White's. White's super alive. And so black has to take this stone or defend against it. If black has the ladder, black should just play here. And notice black should have the ladder. I.e., again, black wanted the outside. And so black usually wants the outside when black controls the inside. So black should already have a stone somewhere over here, right? Building that inside and breaking that ladder. If black doesn't, this is kind of a problem. Okay? If black doesn't have a ladder, black will have to fight something. Maybe it's kind of bad. It's actually can be a hard fight because again, there's weaknesses over here, and white has free moves to help this stone out. So it depends what black is strong. You know, where black is stronger will determine how black fights. But in general, you play this Joseki as your black when you only have a ladder. That's usually 95% of the time when it gets played. Let's say white breaks the ladder. About there. What do you do?
Capture?
This is like B+ move.
Too soon. So jump on top of that white stone somewhere.
Fight the ladder this way. This is not a good fight. This is not a good idea.
Oh. But you can do that a couple of times.
Right. I'm not convinced they're going to be good for you.
Oh,
Like, you're going to respond again, right?
maybe.
Well, yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this.
Yeah.
Usually we don't fight ladders with ladders that are so close. Instead, the most common move is this way.
Turn left.
Yeah. So this breaks the ladder. Instead of running the ladder that way, we kill it off that way. And this move is also just very valuable to help build this side. So it's both value and a ladder breaker. I mean, white said, hey, I'm going to play a ladder breaker and get value on here. You say, great, I fix the ladder and I get value over here. Okay? Let's go through this pattern one more time. Here, let's actually flip it. I should be flipping this more for you. So white plays here. What does black do?
Next move the opposite way.
Good, nice move. White says, please, sir, may I have some cheese? Black says,
Okay.
yes, this time, yes. So white eats the cheese. Next move.
E17.
Very good. White links up. Black.
16.
Yep, now covers. Very good. White.
Extend.
Not extend.
Hane.
Hane.
Oh, yeah, right.
Create this aji. And again, white's okay with this. It seems like black gets a whole big giant thing on the outside, but between the ladder breaker and the corner being so safe and solid, this is Joseki. This is white's happy too. So it just depends on everything else on the board who this is good for. Right? By itself, it's perfectly fine. Okay? And you guys remember that ladder breaker? I think we actually saw a game not too long ago. Like, we reviewed a game. I can't remember whose game it was. Might have been Kej's game where they actually played this move. Okay, last Joseki. You guys ready for the hotness? The hottest Joseki of 2016? It's been, again, hottest Joseki of like last 2 years, so this is not news. We've done this Joseki in here before. But here you go. Here's your grand finale Joseki. Hottest Joseki of the year, man. Let's give black the corner. White approaches. Black pincers. Anyone know what white normally does here?
Jumps out.
Not. So in this case, jumping out is bad. But black actually just plays here, and these three stones are all linked up and take the corner. White actually can't cut them. It's really weird. I know it looks like white should, but he can't. So jumping out here is bad. You could jump down. This is also Joseki. We're not going to talk about it today. Not the hottest Joseki of 2016.
3-3.
3-3, very good. Say, please, sir, may I have your corner? It's kind of open. A little bit. And in this case, what do you think black says when white asks for the cheese?
D16.
D16? This is Joseki? Not the one we're playing. This is Joseki. We're not playing it today. Not the hottest Joseki of 2016 and 2015 and 2014.
Cut.
Also Joseki, not the hottest Joseki.
G17.
G17, thank you. This is it. Yeah, this one. White asks for the cheese, you go, sure. No problem. You get cheese, I'll take both sides. This is sort of the idea. All right, here there's, I guess, maybe 3 main variations. We're going to cover like 1.5 of them. Maybe. The most simplest, most direct one, in this case, is now white plays here. Black plays here. And again, if we play, we could play this, but this is actually over-concentrated. This move actually links up all these stones and threatens to come back and take the cheese back from white.
It's sort of like mirroring white there.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a funny pattern thing happening. Yep.
Except black's up against the edge there, so there's,
Philosophize it however you like.
yes, okay.
Okay. At this point, white plays a pure shape move. Usually. Actually, there's a couple other options, but usually, white plays a pure shape move. Where's the best possible shape white can make right now?
B15.
Absolutely. Nice move. Nice move. This is the shape point. If white tries something like this, how does black make white sad?
Same spot.
Same spot. And how does white fix? You could connect, you could play here. If you play here, black's just going to force you to connect anyway. How many eyes are in the corner? One. It's a one-eyed corner. So where's white going to go?
Start running.
Yeah, nobody knows. Somewhere out here, right? We have to find another eye somewhere out here. And meanwhile, black already has two other groups started around white. That as white is running, black will just build all these sides into points. This will be a good result. This will be a very good result for black in this case. So, luckily for us, that's not what gets played. White takes that point first. And at this point, black has really two choices. What do you think the two choices are?
Maybe play on the top there, use that black stone for something.
Yeah, we can build something over here, make a base. If white has a group over here too, we'll probably see this kind of move, so we make a base. If we're trying to build something ourselves, maybe we can get away with playing a little bit higher, trying to take a few more points. Good, that's one. What's two?
C18.
Very nice move, yes. Make a base for this group, and simultaneously take away white's base. Let's go back to this one. Let's say we play here. White will play here. And now this corner group is completely alive. And actually, it's pretty big. I mean, it's almost 9 points, 10 points.
They run
Ish.
towards the center too, yeah.
Yeah, and it has center influence. That's pretty good. Black really needs to play another move over here to help this group. This is a little bit weak. We can attack it. So black needs another move. And then this is like fair. It's like a Joseki. If black takes the corner, and we know the white move.
Well, we have to respond.
So play here.
Yeah,
Weak sauce.
weak sauce.
Weak sauce. After black turns here, there isn't really a strong attack on this group.
There isn't.
There's not. There is not a strong attack on this group. Because if we come over here, black plays there.
Yeah.
Even if white has this move already, and we come here, black can still get more eye space in an emergency. So, harder to attack.
Well, I was thinking that at this point, white needs to respond, or he's totally lost the corner. He's got nothing but a blind stake.
We already lost the corner. Corner's gone. When black chooses this way, it's gone.
Totally?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, maybe later we can come back and play this. But first we must, this is thickness.
Yeah.
We must attack here. And if black does something like this, we actually still just have a move. This links up. Like we can actually still just link up everything and be totally fine. And meanwhile, black's points are not very big. In order to make something big, black needs to spend one more move to make this big. But we can also take that move away too. This is basically, I don't want to call it like super gote, but it's basically just points at this point. If it plays out this way, this is basically just points. It's a lot of points, but I mean, it's a deceptively large number of points. Or small, wait, no, it's the one where it seems bigger, or it seems smaller than it is. Yeah, that one. So, okay, let's go back, let's review. I want to show you a couple other tricks. So we started here, black pincers, white takes the corner, black plays the hottest move of 2016, oh yeah. And instead of doing this, I also want to show you a quick variation where white does this. This actually helps a number of the other variations that are possible. It's not, people aren't playing this 100% of the time, so I can't say it's always a good exchange to make. But we do see this played quite a bit. And we can actually, there's a couple opportunities to make this exchange. This is just the first opportunity to actually push here. Especially, you guys remember how this variation looks like if white enters this stone, and let's say black tries to run this way, or white has all these stones over here. This stone could actually help capture this. So it's a useful move for that variation in particular, but other variations as well. All right, when white plays here, there's a couple options for black. I'm going to show you the one that is probably most common and most simple, and that's to play here. Black also has variations here, though, and here. And if black plays here, you should feel really good because you just got a really good exchange. This would be very good for white because this is too over-concentrated. So let's say black plays here. And now we can actually come back and play the same move. And it just goes back to looking like the other Joseki, for the most part. Although I guess, I mean, maybe not entirely because in this case black can peep now and maybe it's different, but... oh, this isn't here, right? Thank you. Yep. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Wait, where are we? Here? Okay, so if black plays here, we now have moves up here. If black plays here, again, even though there's a connection here, it's a very weak connection. This move is actually really big. You know, we can now go back and sort of revert. Let's not play this move. Let's just scratch this in the record. But this is a possible thing. Another possible move is actually this one that you might see. But these are really fancy people. And usually black will just respond. And then the same Joseki plays out. Okay, so let's review the most basic version. White attaches. Black plays super hot move. White plays here. Black comes down. White makes shape. If black plays here, where does white play?
C18.
Very good, take the corner. If black plays here, where does white play? Very good, and you attack.
If black plays C18 like that, white's lost the corner?
Yes.
Okay.
Now later on, this is a big move to potentially take it back, but it's getting smaller and smaller. This also has a nice benefit of making an eye here. Like this move makes this space into an eye. And actually also, if black doesn't respond again, we just get 2 eyes outright with the next move. So it's, I mean, later on this move will become very big in terms of, or important, not just big in terms of points, but important in terms of eye space. But right now we can attack. And even if black just runs out now, we can actually still continue the attack a few moves and then decide to link up. There's other continuations. Okay, brain's mush. Mushy brain. Perfect. All right, set up 8 Joseki problems that all use these patterns as part of the problem. I think the average, you guys should probably average at least 4 or 5 of these right. That's the goal, a class-wide average. If you guys were not sleeping and your brain is not. That's right, which is good. I mean, they're not easy problems. Not easy problems. All right, so let's give them a try, and then we'll go over and see how well you did. All right, gather around if you want to see the stunning conclusion to these 8 problems that so many of you have done well at. How many do you think you've gotten right?
8.
8? 8?
Yeah, 7.
7?
7 done, 3 right. 4 right.
7 done, 3 of them are right. All right, good. So again, all these are black to play, all full board kind of problems. Someone tell me what's going on here on this board.
Where were we? Oh boy.
White just jumped into black's corner.
Yeah, it looks like this is the most recent thing.
Yes.
Again, this is kind of a Tanuki-able position, but black has played this move anyway, which is actually a bad move.
Yeah.
Because black should have probably cut here. And so white really doesn't want to connect now because it makes black's move look really good.
Yeah.
So, all right, so anyway, we're delving into that corner. So the question is, which way does black block?
Separate.
Well, if we separate, we're building towards the side with the white stone. If we block this way, we're building towards the side with our own stone.
But it's too far.
But it's too far. Wasn't this a tricky problem?
Yes.
So we actually need to block this way.
And we get to keep
Neither is good.
Sente.
Sente is better.
Sente is better, yeah. If we block this way, white's going to get Sente out of this Joseki. And white will just split and invade here. So we must take Sente where we can get it. White plays here. Next move for black.
Extend.
Yep, good. Next move for white.
Funny.
Next black.
Auto.
White.
Fix.
Black.
Also fix.
Also fix. And then white says 1, 2, 3.
Jump.
Jump. Black now has Sente. Where does black play?
Approach the corner.
Very good. Use the wall. Nice. Nice variation. So we blocked.
Right, I didn't get far enough to follow it that far out.
Okay. Well, hopefully most of these problems spurned you guys to play out the rest of the Joseki for them. But this should be a problem that most of you guys can get, like with maybe just 2 or 3 minutes of thought. Yes? How do you guys do on this one?
So white doesn't want to connect this top one.
Well, wait, I mean, eventually white will, but the problem is that black's already strong over here,
It's a go team.
so black will just attack it.
Okay.
So that's why. That's kind of weird,
Mm-hmm.
but that's what happens sometimes in Go. Your
Yeah.
opponents play moves that,
And it was bad for black to play that one space jump.
yeah, this is premature.
Okay.
And instead black should probably cut here.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe it was going some other direction. Maybe white made that connection and then black jumped out.
But there's no, this is what the board looks like right now.
Oh, okay, it was white hasn't.
Connected to force the jump.
Yeah. Okay, next problem, cable guy. Yes, we're not gonna run out of battery today. It's going, we're powered up.
Not a battery life. I was close.
No, we didn't actually run out of battery, but it was close. Oh gosh, my stand is not good. I didn't bring my own stand today. I'm using the Go Center stand, and I could like put out the legs all the way, but I like it up high. Like I like the bird's eye view is my problem. I'm just a very picky cinematographer. I think that's my problem. All right, this one. What's going on here?
Well, this corner is sort of like the one we had in the upper right in the last frame.
Hey, that sounds familiar.
This one's not supposed to be there, is it?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Thank you. Good eye. All right. I didn't notice that at first. So,
Black has made his questioning move in the up
yeah,
corner.
it seems like the order that's happened. Yeah, just from looking at it, seems like black came here, white played here, black, white, and black asked, hey, I want to know what's going on over here so I know what kind of extension to make. So, what did black do? What should black do? Tiger's mouth, good. And then most normally white will play here. Of course, Jonathan wanted to troll us and see what would happen if white attacked. That's a different day, but is a very possible variation. And then black plays here.
So the thing is that once white protected this, once black protected this, then white had to.
Yeah, because if we don't, black has this.
Yeah.
Now the thing that, if white played this way, that Jonathan, who again is trolling the double-digit Qs, is what happens when white plays this variation. And starts this fight. And I don't want to go over this, but this is like a legitimate way of playing for this game to go. If you want to make the game into a fighting, complicated game, this is totally a way to start that immediately.
Yeah.
Not the nice and peaceful, tight and neat variation I taught you guys today, but this is something that can happen. Okay?
So I think it definitely gets a little bit shorter.
You think in this leg?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Okay, problem 3. Cable guy, he's on it. All right. What's going on here?
Don't remember.
Don't remember?
Black just made shape in the corner.
This was the
Yep.
fancy Joseki.
Yeah,
Oh,
the-
yes,
the
yes,
hottest
yes.
new hotness here with one of those extra variation stones thrown in. Here seems to be what happened when you approach the board. Black came here, white pincer.
3/3.
Touch. Jump out. Super fancy. Black played here. And then before playing this, black played here.
Extra move.
Yeah, added one of those extra fancy moves, and white responded here.
Black made
And now
shape.
black makes shape.
White took the corner.
And now it's black to play. How?
Attack.
And what?
Space on
That's
that
it.
one stone.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Very natural move. And also works very well with this corner as well, or an attack while building. And that's the move. And now at this point, often white will actually Tanuki. This is very Tanukiable for white.
The stone's not worth enough right now.
Yeah, right now, and especially after black getting this move in, white is going to hesitate a little bit more to try running that out. So more than likely, white will play something like this, and then come back to that during the middle game. That's it. Okay. How many people got this one? Half-ish. Okay.
So spread them out good.
Yeah, but then it's not as high. We can-
Maybe not that much. but- There you go.
Yeah, but now the board doesn't fit in the frame. Yep, see Ethan.
Yeah, we'll have to sort that out sometime.
Yeah, I know. You see how my board does not fit anymore? It's just like barely in there. All right.
Oh,
All right, what's going on here? This one's the one with the most stones on it, most complicated one.
It's only got one move left, though.
It's only got one move left in the whole game.
From Joseki.
Well, yeah, so tell me what the problem is. Kian.
Black can't ladder because of the white stone.
Yeah, we've played out this Joseki over here, right? And we're going to see that Joseki again very shortly, so I'll save if you can't remember the sequence. But there's still this ladder left.
so
And it seems
possi-
like white has just played this side of the board to break the ladder.
Yeah.
And black, meanwhile, wants to build this huge moyo. So what do?
Oh.
Go for it. Yeah, again, the book move is there.
Yeah.
And again, I want to stress that all these problems I made up, there is no book. But this would be the book move. If you take, that's like a B on your exam, maybe.
Too small.
Yeah, maybe B minus even. Jonathan wanted to play there.
Nah, no, I didn't. No.
That one, him.
Depending on the
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that would have been acceptable as well. But the basic idea is with a move like this, you're not just capturing the stone in a ladder. You're also threatening to build this, points here, and you're extending your moyo. So I like this move a lot in this position because it does three things.
Does white have a response to that?
Not locally.
Okay, it's just time for white to move elsewhere.
Yeah, it's still dead. There's nothing white can do about it. Okay. All right, I actually want to go over to that board. And the reason why I want to go over to that board is because
That just to like build them on.
there is an order to, let's go, try this way. Those first four problems I just showed you are the same Josekis as these four problems. So you actually had basically two boards for each Joseki. Like 5, 6, 7, 8 is in the same Joseki order as 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought that was neat. No one cares. Did anyone see that? Anyone notice that this board was matched with that one, that board matched with that one? No one? Roughly. All right, what's going on here? Only 5 stones have been played
White took
for
the
each
corner
side.
again.
White, God darn it, took the corner, ate the cheese. So we got to decide which direction do we seal white in?
Sente again.
Yeah, we need Sente. It looks like this way is the more natural way, right? We can build, we have a corner over here. Building over here, white owns that corner, so we don't want to build that way. But again, this way doesn't give us Sente. Only splitting the 2 mice gives us Sente. So we must play this way. You guys, we already saw this Joseki. I want to play this one out instead. Let's pretend we were bad and did this wrong. How many people did it this way? How many people got it wrong? Sorry, Carl.
It's okay.
So what's the next move?
Black.
Peep. And then white.
Oh, yeah.
This one. Black.
Seal it.
And now white.
Try to
Have
have it whatever they feel like.
Break up the wall.
Once again, white is a rodent and wants to live inside the house. And white has Sente, so white can do it. And this is why we blocked the other way. And that way we get Sente. And we'll do it very quickly. Pincer, corner, block, extend, extend, Hane, block, connect, connect. 1, 2, 3, jump. White, black takes Sente and plays there.
So basically, black kind of lets white in here, and takes that.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Joseki. When you play this Joseki online against someone else is playing it, and everyone just agrees like this is how it's going to go, like no questions. Using the mouse and clicking, this takes about 3 seconds. Play at about 10 Go moves. It's like tick, 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 tick. It's like the fastest thing that will ever happen on Go online in your games. Is this sequence right here?
Corner invasion.
Because it happens so often.
Well known.
Yes, very, very well known. Everyone knows it. If you don't know it, that's fine, but good time to learn. Okay, this one, what's going on here? Thought this one was pretty easy.
So possibly white is just connected.
In theory, white has just connected that group, is what it seems. These 3 stones.
And black is
So black
therefore,
will take this one.
Black should extend from the corner, not get sealed in. And then what will white do?
extend,
Probably the start.
or, yeah.
Develop. Yep, that's it. If black was to do something like this, what would white do?
Go for the corner.
Seal black in. Now it's effectively seal black in for the rest of the game from that corner. And then once white has a wall here, we can come back and attack this one still. Okay, very good. Last 2. Uh-oh, I did unplug myself. It says I have 2 minutes left in the battery. You do it. I'm positioning. Nope, still positioning. All right, what's going on in this one?
The new hotness.
New hotness. All right, what's the next proper move for the new hotness here?
If you're not going to do one of the variations, the shape move.
Yeah, we can just play here. There are other variations where black can play here. This is fine. But I'm going to recommend this one for now as being the most standard. Certainly the one that I've seen the most often. So what will we expect white to do here? 2 choices.
Take the corner or make the corner.
Take the corner this way. Good. Or?
Make a base.
Yeah, and in this case, this is the one white would probably play. Why?
Because it's inside black's territory.
Because if you let black attack you, it's going to be great for black.
Yeah, if we go this way, this seems like it's a very nice development. Okay? Easy? All right, last one. We're flying. All right, what's going on here?
Told us the answers beforehand this time.
So it got a lot easier. Let's just play the Joseki, right? So this was, we let white asked for the cheese, we gave white the cheese. So we wanted the outside, so continue to take the outside. Someone play the next move. Good, someone else play the next white move. This is beautiful, I don't have to do any work. You guys are entirely teaching yourselves. Next move, someone. We're just playing out of Joseki. Good. Next move is probably the most difficult one. But Monique totally knows it. Oh, nope.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm sorry.
That's the move after the next one. You're 2 moves ahead. Yes, this first.
Oh, yes.
And now, can you play the black move though?
Yes, you can play black, you know it, we did it.
Right.
You did it,
Oh,
Monique.
you cut.
You cut now. No, other cut. No. Now you cut.
This one?
Yes, and now white has to play the connected move.
And white connect, of
Very good.
course. Yeah.
One more move. Very good.
Yeah.
It sets up the ladder.
Yeah.
And so white decides to do the ladder breaker or something.
Sure, exactly in that spot.
Yeah, somewhere in there, there's
Yeah, sure.
Within
Here,
0.5.
let's
And that starts-
give
that's-
white- there's probably the nicest spacing for the white side.
And that starts to look like the other problem we saw.
Sure, and now where does black play?
3, 5.
Nice shape. Yep, and that actually works very well with that stone. Isn't that nice? So white doesn't even want to take the ladder breaker because,
Forcing black to make nice shape.
yeah, it helps black. So it'd be a very nice position. All right, so what did you learn?
Knowing these
Patterns to watch out for.
Okay, there's a lot of Joseki. We only sampled a small bit of them today. But I do suggest that if you haven't ever downloaded like a Joseki dictionary or go to Idogo, like they have one, or Waltheres, they have one, all these websites, you can double check what you played in your games without a real teacher. You played in a corner, something terrible happened, or really good happened that shouldn't have happened, either one. Go to one of these websites, and you can actually just click in the moves of what happened in the corner, and it'll tell you how close you were, or whether or not you played Joseki. And that way, you don't need to bother, me.
such a bother.
Really not that, I mean, it's not that big of a bother, but you can do this like any time of the day, regardless of where you are, right? You have internet connection, you can actually go double check your games. And this is actually not a terrible way to at least start exposing yourself to more and more Joseki. It's very difficult to learn them all, but if you play a lot of games, you're gonna find yourself, whatever style of Go you're playing, you're gonna find yourself in the same situations and playing very similar patterns, over and over again. Whereas if you're trying to study everyone else's games, everyone else is playing something different. And I'm saying for you at least, take the games that you play, see what actually got played in the corner, and then go look it up and see if you're close to being anything remotely correct.
So if in your style of play, you tend to see the same patterns for better or worse, particularly for worse,
Well,
then
I'm just saying this is a really valuable tool that you can go and double check and see, are we doing something that's actually supposed to be Go? Like, or do we just make this up and I'm just imbibed in my own cultural blindness and this is just, I'm lacking entire creativity and I just happen to fall in this trap every game. Double check yourself and see if what you're playing is correct. And hopefully, the real hope isn't that you just double check yourself, is that you see other variations by looking it up, or you see things you didn't see before, and all of a sudden your game can expand because you want to go play Go again and want to go try out this new cool move that you saw in this Joseki dictionary after you looked up and realized that you weren't playing the correct sequence. Okay, I caught it. That's what should happen.
so
Okay.
even if your patterns seem to be okay, you might find a better one.
Maybe, hopefully.
Or something slightly different that you play with.
And I've reviewed your games before. A lot of things that you think are okay are totally not. They're just not okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you guys.